Welcome to Sports with Balls. Here are your hosts, Jeff Michael and Mike Scarborough.
Yeah! What's up? Mike Scarborough in the house again. Man, on a Wednesday. Oh, man, I got to turn this down. I'm already fired up.
Wacky Wednesday, man.
Wacky Wednesday or Hump Day. Hump Day. Mike. That was a great commercial, man. Great advertising. But welcome into Sports with Balls, y'all. This is Jeff Michael. This is Mike Scarborough. We are over here at Christian's Tailgate 2000 Bagby, downtown. Get out of the traffic and the cold weather. Come inside, get you a drink. The food is fantastic. Drinks are amazing, man. Christian's Tailgate down here at Bagby. We will be here live for you for the next hour, going over all things sports. And look, real quick, I kind of got some inside info today on Deshawn Watson. I'm not going to say it yet, but this is some real legit stuff that, like, ESPN, I'm not on that level yet, but they don't even know this.
Oh.
And this is it's pretty crazy. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it.
Is this a local source? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's in the lawyer
arena.
field.
Okay.
Like, I mean, it's pretty impressive, man. But, look, again, this is Sports with Balls. We are down here at Christian's Tailgate. Get down here. Get your drink on. We'll be here for the next hour. Man, this is going to be a fun hour. A lot of opinions on this show. Got Tiger Woods we're going to bring up today, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, franchise tags, Deshawn Watson, MLB. First, though, today's show is brought to you by Brian White. When you're injured for any reason and need a real result, we're a real attorney. Call Brian White, 713-500-5000. That's 713-500-5000. You know you can't take your cell phone to jail. That's the easiest number to remember.
Right? Because that is a problem when you're there.
Yeah. It is a problem not having a phone to
You
pay.
can't just roll out your Rolodex.
Nope. And then also Fitz Roofing, man. Actually, Fitz is in town this weekend because of rodeo. We'll get to that in a second. But Fitz Roofing, making a difference, serving people driven by their commitment to the community, focused on building relationships, not just revenue. Go to fitzroofing.com, FITZroofing.com. And I just asked him, Corey, he flew in town today from Nashville, and everybody is freaking out about the rodeo.
Yeah.
And, of course, in Houston, Texas, first day of cook-off, rainy, cold.
Always.
I mean, is it not just natural?
It is.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. And, I get it that everybody is fired up because pandemic last year, no rodeo. People
closed down for 2 years.
Yeah, people are freaking out. And, I'm a little older. I've been to the rodeo probably 30 times.
Yeah.
Probably,
since high school.
maybe
We've been
more.
Going there
Yeah,
since high
dude.
school,
Like, I mean, underage drinking,
Right.
and I'm pretty old now, so like we were going, and it just, for some reason, man, all these rodeo posts get on my damn nerves, man.
Yeah.
Like, we get it, dude. We get it, man. How many check-ins am I gonna go through my feed and see rodeo?
Yeah.
If you're not at the rodeo, you're not cool.
Man, but when those badges come out, those guys start feeling really good, dude.
They love it. And man, look, I'm glad for all of them. I know Corey and them are, Fitz Roofing is sponsoring a tent. I know Construction Concepts with us is sponsoring a tent. Christians is sponsoring a tent. In fact, our producer Jason over here is playing. His band is playing live tomorrow night there, the opening night of the cook-off. So,
which tent?
Warp Day, Warp Dates,
War Pig.
War Pigs. War Pigs. Okay,
Okay.
so he'll be in. Jason will be over at War Pigs. His band will be there. That'll be pretty interesting. And I think that I'm going Saturday. I think, and I haven't been in probably 5 years.
Are you taking the kids or
No, God, no. No.
Saturday's kind of the day where everybody's like had. Thursday they went maybe a little hard.
Yeah, so
Friday they went really hard.
That's why I'm
and
going
then Saturday's
Saturday.
Like, why did
Saturday.
I do that?
Well, I've got a date.
Okay,
that we're
date.
going
I get
Saturday.
it. Yeah.
Speaking of, I told you I'd tell you this story before we got going. We are going to get into some sports here in a minute, but I did go on a date Sunday night, and we went to Discovery Green.
Nice.
All right. It's awesome. They got this pop-up putt-putt thing going down with so Cole came with us.
Cole.
Yeah, he had a blast because it's all the Pixar. It's like Pixar putt-putt, right? So all the Pixar movies.
Oh, yeah.
Like every one of them, man. Like it's unbelievable. Toy Story to Ratatouille. All of them. Like
man.
every single Pixar movie you can imagine. Each one of them had a hole, right?
Nice.
So I get up there and I'm like, all right, how much for 3 of us?
$100.
To putt-putt, man. Inflation has nailed us, bro. $110 to play putt-putt putt, man. And this is, you don't get pictures like
That's
a roller
just
coaster.
putt-putt.
You don't get pictures like nobody walking around selling you photos. Dude, no. This
No
is
lanyards.
This is a thrown together putt-putt course at Discovery Green, man. 100. It was $36 a pop, bro, with tax. And the funny thing is, the lady looked at me and she was like, "Are you sure?" Because she's like, "I gotta ask everybody now." Because as soon as she says the price, everybody's like, "Excuse me." And I looked it up on Facebook, and that's the main complaint is everybody's like, "Damn,
It's
like
putt-putt.
this putt-putt." This one lady paid $220 for a family.
Oh my God, they're ranking it. What?
That's crazy.
How does inflation affect Discovery Green and
Yeah,
putt-putt?
that's why I was like, God damn.
Are the Pixar?
We went
people
over to
asking for
the
money?
Rustic after that. Had
Oh.
had some dinner and it was fine, man. It was a good time. We had a good time.
So, wait, you went.
I did
putt-putt
try to slide
and
down the
to
hill.
Rustic to eat. Oh, dude, you dropped some coin on that one, man. Oh,
Let's
God.
get into some sports, Jason.
Woo.
Let's get this show going, man. Let's get it going.
Damn, Rustic don't mess around. that was like the only place to go during COVID over there in the Uptown. Had a good time there. Kept me sane.
Welcome to Sports with Balls. Here are your hosts, Jeff Michael and Mike Scarborough.
Yeah,
Looking all
welcome
studious
in.
today.
Welcome in, Nathan, Jeremy, Enrique. What's going down, man? Welcome into
up,
Sports
fellas?
with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael. This is Mike Scarborough.
Yeah.
A lot of sports going down. This is the weird time if you're looking for content, if you're a sports broadcaster and sports news at any point in time. And I know Jason, our producer, is going to get mad when I say this, but there's not a lot of sports going on right now. And he's always like, soccer, which there is. It's getting real good over there. I need to study up on it maybe, but it's a dead space for us, man.
Yeah.
It really
Purgatory.
is. Up until March Madness, really, for the next 3 or 4 weeks, content is hard to come by,
Right.
especially if you're on a daily show, man.
So it's just all gonna be like rumors, opinions.
Yeah, it's a very opinionated show, like I said, man. But we got a lot to go over, man. There's a lot of things that are happening in the sports world right now. The NFL is having an actually pretty incredible offseason already, which is nuts. But I wanted to bring up this first subject because he's probably my favorite athlete of all time, and that's Tiger Woods. Okay.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods was at the tournament this past weekend. Made some comments. Today is actually 1 year to the day
On that wreck.
since the wreck.
Right.
Trade Watson ASAP. We're gonna get to some Watson talk here in a minute, Nathan. Don't worry about that; it's coming. I have some inside scoop on that's pretty wild, man.
Uh-oh.
But Tiger Woods, it's a year to the day, right, since he messed up his foot in that car wreck, which we all saw, and it was nasty, right? It was a pretty bad wreck.
It's pretty good advertisement for Buick, though.
Yeah, it was, right? He didn't
For him to
lose
walk away
Yeah, he
from
didn't
that.
lose his leg. But he had some interesting comments to say after the tournament this past weekend, because it was a Genesis Open. He's one of the hosts, and I was shocked at his response. He looked very frustrated because he wants to be
back.
He wants to be back out there playing, and he can't.
Just
And
the
he's-
limitations. Huh?
Well, he said his swing's okay. Things seem to be going all right and progressing for him that way, but he's like, walking the course is a struggle
Wow.
still. And that's, man, and he said, that age is also getting him, so the healing process
takes a little longer.
yeah, because we're older.
He needs to find one of those hyperbaric chambers. I'm sure he has every
Oh,
technology
yeah, dude,
available.
it's
at his
Tiger
fingertips.
Woods, man. Yeah, he's probably sitting in a
Yeah.
freezer with hyperbaric
Yeah.
chair, every night. But he says his legs don't look the same. Obviously I can't imagine they do. But walking is still that's his main thing. He's
Yeah.
trying to learn how to walk 18 holes again without it really hurting. And it's not just walking 18 holes. It's 18 holes for 4 days.
4 days. Right. And
You know,
that. I mean, I don't care who you are. Playing golf 4 days in a row. I mean, it sounds like, oh, no, man, 4 days in a row playing golf. That's pretty taxing on the body. And I can only imagine what it's like for him going through that, being a competitor that he is.
Yeah, exactly.
And just being like, dude, I'm that far away. All I need to do is be able to walk. And it's like, that shouldn't even be that big.
Well,
of
and
a
that's why
factor.
he was so frustrated,
Right.
because he said, I am not where I want to be.
Right.
And it's interesting, though. There's 4 majors. All right, so basically the PGA Tour just kind of kicked in, right?
Yeah.
And there's 4 majors left in this season, obviously, because there's 4 majors every year. The Masters, the PGA Championship, U.S. Open, and the Open Championship. Now, he has played all 4 of these courses and done very well. So, and he's already said that basically he's just going to be playing golf for the majors. Like, that's it.
That's it.
I mean, so he has time to prepare for these majors. Now, Augusta National, the Masters,
That's
obviously
a hard one to walk, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, but he has 5 green jackets.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm pretty
He's
sure.
used to it,
Yeah, he'll be all right. So Augusta National. Now, the PGA Championship is at Southern Hills, the country club this year, and he's won that there. The U.S. Open's at Brookline, where he doesn't have that much experience. He never won there, but he's played there. And the Open Championship, which would probably be the easiest one for him, it's pretty flat, is at St. Andrews, and he's won 2 of those at St. Andrews.
So he's got a little history there.
All of these tournaments he has history in, and I think Tiger will be back. I don't know if he's going to make the Masters. The way he sounded this past weekend, you're talking about 2 months from now. I doubt he's going to make that.
Well, it remains to be seen because it might be a buildup.
Knowing Tiger
golf.
Woods,
Whenever there's Tiger involved, everybody's watching. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I mean, even like when he and his son were playing that pro-am.
That was awesome.
I mean, that was awesome. But you know what? The viewership of that, everybody was watching it because Tiger was involved.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I wanted to bring up because right now Phil Mickelson's in a bunch of crap, and I haven't even really read up on this exactly what he said about something, but there's other professional tours trying to crank up because Tiger's not there anymore.
Right.
You enter Tiger into the mix, it's over.
Boom.
It's over.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he immediately shoots up every single rating possible. Like
Hotels are booked,
everything.
rental cars are booked, restaurants booked.
I used to tell people that like every professional golfer that makes it to the weekend should donate 10% of their check to Tiger Woods.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because I mean they wouldn't have near the money they have now without Tiger Woods.
Without the Tiger effect. That's
what he's
right.
done for the game of golf has
ridiculous.
just been unbelievable. And I guess for me that's why it was frustrating to see he was visibly frustrated this past weekend at the press conference saying I'm not where I want to be. Because I think that he really wants to get back for the Masters.
But he's not going to force it.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound like he's going to force it.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to force it either. But it was interesting to at least hear him talk. And, whenever Tiger's anywhere, it's like the light bulb's on.
Yeah,
and
right.
you're just like, holy crap.
It's prime time.
Yeah, I miss watching him play, man. I miss Sundays and Sunday Red, man. Tiger Woods is by far my favorite athlete. I hope I get to meet him one day. And I hope he gets back on the course because golf is not the same at all without Tiger Woods.
Not
it's
at all.
just not,
It's
man.
not,
It's
yeah.
strange. I don't care how many players have tried to get there, like Phil and all these other guys have tried to get to that mountaintop.
Just can't.
Just cannot.
I mean, the level that Tiger has brought the game. There's no one gonna. Who else is gonna be able to do that? It's like the Michael Jordan effect. Now we have LeBron, but Michael Jordan effect. Basketball was not as big until Michael Jordan came around. He changed it globally.
Yeah.
And then here comes Tiger Woods on the heels of Michael Jordan and completely changes golf and becomes a globally known sport.
By the way, for those of y'all
sport.
that, speaking of Michael Jordan and the NBA, and for those of y'all that think that LeBron James is even close to Michael Jordan on the money-wise, Michael Jordan's brand last year made $4.2 billion.
That's a B.
$4.2 billion.
That's a B.
LeBron James brand, $700 million.
What? That's it?
He's not close
Not
to
even-
Michael, dude. Like, granted, that's a lot. $700 million. You don't shake a stick at that, but
No.
$4.2 billion is what the Jordan brand made last year.
That logo alone. I mean, how are you going to? No one's ever going to be able to beat that. I heard, I did hear. I was listening today. The effect going to LA and the fact that LeBron is there and what it did to Shaq's career, so on and so forth as far as business. But within the first week of LeBron being in LA, he met like 5 or 6 billionaires. They had personal interactions and business meetings. I mean, you could go your entire career as a basketball player or a football player or whatever you want. You're not going to meet 6 billionaires.
Yeah.
He's on his way up.
Yeah, LeBron. Well, I actually think at this point LeBron's hurting his career right now with all his political stuff.
Yeah.
He's starting to back off.
gonna-
And again, I said this yesterday, man. I do not take that LA championship away in the bubble and the shortened season. Take it away, all right? And LeBron has not done a whole lot, man.
No.
Look, I give him massive credit for the 2016 come from behind 3-1 Cleveland Cavaliers beating the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. But that was the height of his career.
That's it. It's like the
That's
pinnacle.
it.
Yeah.
And ever since then,
It's been kind of
he tried to, get in. He moved to L.A., get into movies. Now I got to watch a movie that says Braun.
Braun.
And I'm like, what?
the
like,
going
I'm watching
on
a
here?
movie,
Why?
and he's just everywhere, and he's trying to get political, and it's just not it's not the right move for him.
No, it's not a good
He's
look.
made a lot of good moves. I got to give him credit where credit is due. LeBron James has never been in jail. He's never been surrounded by murderers and stuff like that.
Right.
And there's not a lot of controversy. He's not in a divorce. He's not a cheating husband.
Right.
I've got to give him pretty, props for surrounding himself with the right people. Like, and he's done that, and I got to give him props.
And that's not easy to do when you're in the limelight like that every single day, 365.
God, no, man. I mean, in order for him to like save all his money and not give it out, not get it, invest with the wrong people, do the wrong things. Like, I got to give LeBron some props for doing all that. But on the court, he is really diminished. He's old. He's been in the league for 18 years now. He's 36, and I just. This whole LA Laker thing, I think, is really taking a toll on him.
Yeah, it has.
And
you can see it. You can see it in his demeanor, his face. He looks like he's aged. Kind of like when the president, they show you before they're president, and then 4 years. Yeah, they just.
Dude, remember
ragged.
Obama? God, 8 years
guy.
in Obama, man. He was I think he aged like 30 something years. It was crazy. His wife looked great. Michelle looked amazing. But Barack, bro, he looked like he was weathered.
Yeah, he went through it. But he looks good now. I saw him. I saw him on a documentary. Man,
get off all that
sharp.
stress.
Yeah, and he sounds good.
Yeah, he was always a great speaker,
he was.
man.
Yeah, he's
like
smooth,
I
man.
don't think we ever had a speaker like him, dude.
I'd like to sit down and just have a talk with him.
Just have a glass of whiskey and just shoot the shit with him.
Hell yeah! I mean, tell me
That'd
what
be
you
great.
actually really saw going down.
Yeah, what really went
Well,
on?
Mike, let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd go that.
No, he's a smooth guy.
Speaking of politics, a little bit, man. Did you watch a single Olympic event?
I did.
You did? Oh, I can't wait.
did.
I cannot wait to hear this.
Okay, so I went to Austin this weekend for some work, and to catch up with an old buddy of mine. And there's two places I have to go when I go to Austin. It's either two pizza places. I don't want to say their names because they are not advertising with those. But it's by far the best pizza I've had, and I've been to Brooklyn, I've been to Bronx, I've been to New York, all
that's
that.
some compliments.
And there's something in this pizza. They're gonna open a shop up here pretty soon. But I'm sitting there eating a pizza, and it's the opening, I guess, of figure skating. And it's this.
What do you mean you guess figure skating?
Was
there one
it was
person,
the
two people?
opening.
Was it a guy and a girl?
It was the opening. It was the big performance of this guy opening, and he was so elegant. Anyway, he gets this move. I mean,
you're trying to do it as a stare. For those of y'all that are not watching this live, you are missing out. Like, I mean, you really you're trying to be an ice skater.
I am trying to be. And it's going on for like 5 minutes, and the guy serving us the pizza, and he was like, "Man, this is the longest competition I've ever seen." I said, "I think this is like the opening of the fucking figure skating." And
when was this?
This Saturday.
Had to be the closing
in Austin.
It had to be the closing.
It might have been the closing.
Yeah.
And so this guy goes into this thing, and he's twirling. He's doing these amazing moves. Next thing I know, he gets down inches from the ice and literally licks the ice.
That's kind of cool.
Who licks the ice?
I bet his tongue didn't feel good after that.
No.
But
I mean, what do you?
Do you know what country he was from?
How do you top that?
Do you know what country he was from?
He looked Chinese.
Are we allowed to say Chinese now? I don't know. Yeah,
Oriental?
we're okay. I just got to check these days.
Oriental?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Question mark?
Asian.
Anyway, that's YouTube worthy if you want to see a guy lick the ice. That's pretty impressive.
That is dope. That's the kind of story that I was looking for because I didn't. Okay, the Deshawn White thing. I didn't catch his last run. I think I was working, but then I turned it on right at the end, and I got to watch his interview where he's crying, saw his family, and I thought that was emotional. That was pretty cool of Shaun White. It was his last Winter Olympics, and for all intents and purposes, I think that Shaun White changed all of Winter Olympics. Like you didn't watch it before.
Oh, that and extreme.
Snowboard, yeah. I mean, X Games came and then they allowed the half pipe in the Olympics, and then we were watching Winter Olympics.
Right.
All of a sudden, like Shaun White brought that all back. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Which I would say is pretty cool to watch. It really is. I mean, I'd say 90% of the Winter Olympics is bleh. But
yeah,
I'll watch the skiing.
So
and the
Jason was
snowboarding.
showing me a photo the other day where one of the long jump skiing event was held on a nuclear plant.
Power plant, right? Yes. It was just
Who okayed this?
well, that's what.
Like, I mean, I'm so confused. I was like, no wonder. And obviously, it got the lowest ratings ever because I think they're still strict on their mask mandates and all that stuff. Which, by the way, big news coming out of New York today.
The mayor is anticipating
Finally, in the next
that they're
3
gonna
days,
lift it up. Yeah.
they're gonna, you don't have to show your card
So
to go
New
eat
York's
at a
back.
restaurant.
Unique New York.
Unique
New York.
Yeah. What's up, Lucas? Lucas just joining the show and here watching.
We're
Yeah,
playing
man.
footsies here.
So New York hopefully will lift that. But, as far as the Winter Olympics, like, I didn't get to see any events. It was, and obviously it was a complete opposite to the USA.
Right.
Because it's on the other side of the
Other
world.
side of the world.
And it was being played and aired on a thing called Peacock, which I have.
Peacock.
I just can't say Peacock to my remote.
It
It's
just doesn't
weird.
sound right.
Yeah, I mean, Netflix sounds good. Disney Plus sounds good.
Peacock.
Like, say Xfinity Plus, or I don't know, something other than Peacock.
Peacock.
I just don't know where they got that from. But I didn't watch any. I don't know who won. I don't know how many medals got won. I don't know if there were records broken. I just don't know.
I don't either. And because the
interested.
only thing I watched was sitting at that restaurant.
For
5 minutes.
I will now Google the close because I think that was the closing
It had to
ceremonies.
be.
And this guy
Saturday,
licking the ice on ice capades.
his
Was he?
hands bent.
Oh, so he was
down.
doing the splits and he leaned forward and
Oh,
licked it.
Unbelievable. I've never.
That's some course
It's like
strength.
the full Mountie, like or the what
Full
is it?
Monty?
Yeah, the full Monty.
The full Mountie.
Mountie.
All right. Sports with balls. I love it. Mike Scarborough, Jeff Michael. We are just getting started, man. Wow, this is getting interesting. Somebody's licking ice. Tiger Woods can't walk. Woo! It's having a fun.
Sounds like
time.
a Super Bowl party.
Yeah, I wanted to see that up. Any of you guys that have, if y'all watch, like, what was your favorite? Somebody put it on any one of our social media sites. Go to Twitter, YouTube, go comment on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want. On sport, just type in Sports with Balls. Let me know what your favorite moment of
The
the
Olympics.
Winter Olympics was.
Yeah, like your brother.
Because I just heard one from you.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's
Yeah.
my favorite, and I didn't
That's
even see it.
That's the only one you're gonna get, probably.
Yeah, Jason, you didn't see any either. I don't know anybody that saw anything that went on. And the reason I bring it up is because there was not even hype. I watched SportsCenter, right, and all the other sports shows. Nothing. There was no
Zero.
records that got broken. There was no like, oh my God, you see this? Like
Yeah.
nothing.
Like yeah, there was nothing.
Was
like,
this just the boringest Winter Olympics ever? Yes, Jamaica had a bobsled team. There you go. That's another one.
I did see a little
First time in
snippet
20,
of that.
22 years?
And they're all smiling, man, ear to ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they look cool, man. Their outfits looked really awesome.
Chewy said I didn't care for the Winter Olympics. I'd rather watch paint dry as far as Peacock. And I feel you. Like, it's just weird. It said that some of their events aired there. The death of NBCCN. Yeah, I mean, I just didn't know where to find it. It was weird. And whatever they tried to do failed miserably.
Yeah, and I think it had, maybe there had the China effect maybe had something to do with it too, as far as how much the American population wanted to follow it. I don't know. Maybe it was a kind of a boycott towards that.
I feel bad for the athletes.
I do. I do, and
I don't know a
but
single one.
I don't think
Shaun White I knew because it was his last run, and that's it, man. I don't know any. I didn't hear, like, again, I didn't see any podiums. I didn't hear anybody
Nothing.
breaking records.
No.
I didn't hear I heard nothing.
There's definitely not any shoe endorsements
I
coming out of
heard
the deal.
that. I heard that they had the long jump on a nuclear site, and some
That's
guy
it, yeah.
some guy licked the ice.
Licked
at
the
end.
ice,
And
yeah.
that was it. That was the winter. that
God,
was the Winter Olympics.
someone pull that up. That'd be awesome. I'm telling you, man, that thing was awesome.
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to talk about it. We got another show Friday coming for you in 2 more days. But right now, we're already halfway through the show. Dude, this is wild. All right, on another little subject, did you see Aaron Rodgers? We'll get into some NFL right now. Did you see Aaron Rodgers' winter cleansing?
Yeah, man, he went through a pretty extensive 12-day cleanse.
Dude, this is gruesome.
I mean-
and this is not even really. I don't know if I can actually say this on air, but I'm gonna read to y'all what Aaron Rodgers did in this 12-day cleanse. It's called a Panchakarma Cleanse. All right.
All right, I like it already.
Panchakarma Cleanse. These are the key points of the Panchakarma Cleanse. Vomit. Induce severe spell of vomiting to clean your upper gut.
Oh.
Verichan, forced diarrhea that purges and cleanses bowels. Basti, medicated enema used to cleanse toxins through your colon.
Ooh.
And then a nasal administration of medicated oil to cleanse the toxins, and a procedure done to cleanse the blood.
Man, he could have just gotten foot pads, man.
Dude, that sounds unhealthy.
It doesn't sound fun at all. I mean, who wants to vomit for 12
sounds
hours?
Unhealthy. None of that is like, man, you know what? I'm gonna do that.
Wouldn't vomiting kill a lot of brain cells? Because when you blow up
stress,
a balloon,
I don't know, man.
I don't know
It's
what's
induced.
up with that. But he came out feeling grateful.
No, yeah, right. And it all leads up to that post at 2:00 in the morning or something. He posts his weird rant about, and he's thanking his ex-girlfriend, ex-fiance. And thanking his ex-teammates and all. Just on a weird rant.
He was in a zen mode.
Dude, go have a couple of glasses of whiskey. It does the exact same thing at 2-3 in the morning, bro. I promise you. I have done that. In fact, it wasn't too long ago. I can promise you. But I mean,
Sin button warrior.
Yeah. But interesting news coming out of Green Bay today. Just a few hours ago, Packers GM Brian Gutekunst says he doesn't like using a franchise tag. And for those of y'all that don't know, the franchise tags the teams were able to put franchise on as of yesterday up until March 10th, and the idea was to franchise tag Davante Adams so they could save money. All right, so he says they don't like using a franchise tag and wants to extend Davante Adams. When asked if there's a chance would let him walk in free agency, his response, yeah, possibly. There's a lot of things to be determined there.
Yeah, wow. Okay, leave the door wide open.
Boy, if I'm a Green Bay fan, that's not good.
No,
Because if you lose Davante Adams,
yeah, you've lost
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
No, he's
gone.
not staying.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you right now, their number one priority should be
2-for-1.
signing Davante Adams before Aaron Rodgers makes a decision.
Yep.
Because
if they wait too long, Aaron's gonna be like, dude, I ain't coming back.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, why?
well, he can go to Denver,
Yeah.
so that would be a good trade. But I highly doubt that Davante Adams is gonna stay there. And you take Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams off of the Green Bay Packers, yeah, you're
Then what do
toast.
you got?
You're toast.
Yeah.
You're not a good team
No.
anymore. You go from possibly being in the Super Bowl to not even in the
nothing.
playoffs.
Yeah, zero.
You lose
Zero.
the number 2 wide receiver in the NFL and the MVP.
Well, at least
They
the
can't-
playoffs,
dude, they
not Super Bowl.
cannot do
No,
that.
no.
I mean, dude, you would be.
They're in rebuilding at that point.
Yeah,
if they get rid of those
100%.
guys,
You
and
know?
that would, for me, if I was on the defense, I know they got a couple of really badass guys on defense. I'm not looking to be on a team where they're thinking about maybe potentially not bringing back the number 1 quarterback and Davante Adams.
Well, I mean,
like-
the only X factor that would be, and I don't even know how much of an X factor it is Jordan Love, right? But, man, we saw Jordan Love get out there and play this past year in that one game.
Yeah.
And wow, he has some work to do.
A lot of work.
I don't think Davante Adams is going to spend the last 3 years of his career
toiling around with that.
No.
No.
When he can spend it with
Sir.
Aaron Rodgers and be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
If Aaron Rodgers, who's already a Hall of Famer, I don't know about Davante Adams yet. I'm pretty sure he probably is. But you put those two together for just 2 more years, and they're both first ballots.
Right.
And Davante Adams is going to go down to the top 10 wide receiver ever if he has 2 more seasons like he just did.
Right.
I mean, and they'll probably have a pretty good shot at a Super Bowl.
And, the way I'm looking at it, too, from a player's perspective, whenever you have that relationship between the quarterback and receiver like that, you don't want to break that, man.
No.
Because there's things on the field that you're able to do that you wouldn't be able to do with another guy. And I'm wanting to put up numbers. Davante Adams, he's wanting to put up numbers. He's wanting to win ball games. But at the end of the day, he's really wanting to put up numbers. So breaking up those two would just be, I think, just be very detrimental.
Well, and that's why that comment was interesting, saying,
Yeah.
is Davante Adams going to leave? And the GM's like, well, possibly.
Possibly.
Like, whoa. And they won't franchise him. Well, I mean, look, Davante's going to get more money if they don't franchise him. But you would think they would want to save on cap room because they're $42 million over the cap.
Ugh.
They're going to have to rework Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers' contracts in order for this to work. They got Green Bay is very interesting this offseason.
Yeah, they got a lot. They're probably if there's one team besides maybe Tampa Bay that's in a position where they've got to really work some numbers.
Yeah.
Their time in the spotlight might be coming to a quick end.
So speaking of Tampa Bay, we got into this a little bit yesterday, and I did some research and had some questions because Tom Brady back in the news, maybe unretiring, going to the San Francisco 49ers.
That would be awesome.
And I had so just to clear this up, if Tom Brady unretires, he still belongs to the Tampa Bay Bucks. Now, they can trade him. All right, so people that he still will be a Buccaneer, but they can trade him. And he's always wanted to play for the 49ers. I've been telling you guys this, but it would take moving hell and high water to get him over there.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot, dude.
And would it be worth it? I mean, I guess it would.
Oh, 100%. I think they'd probably win the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah, it would
Whoa.
be hard for them not. I mean, dude,
So-
Tom Brady on that team, they already almost went to the Super Bowl
With Garoppolo.
Yeah, you put
Right.
Brady in
Brady
there
in
with
there.
Debo Samuel.
Jeez, that guy's a beast.
yeah,
maybe
Debo's-
Debo plays quarterback.
right, just put him in there and do everything.
That dude is built like a freaking
Dude, he's
linebacker
crazy,
too, man.
He's like DK Metcalf almost. He reminds me kind of like him.
DK is a little bit more straight up and stiff moving, like his body mechanics. But Debo's got that wiggle. When they talk about the wiggle, Metcalf
Yeah.
is more of a stature,
Yeah, I mean,
statuesque, straight line guy.
He is definitely a dual threat as far as running back
Right.
and wide receiver.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But going back to the 49ers trying to get Brady, all right? So the 49ers don't want to alter their long-term plan, all right, which is to maximize cap space by trading Jimmy G. That's been their goal from the
Right.
beginning because that saves them $24.1 million and draft compensation and playing Trey Lance on his rookie deal, right? That will also help them get done some mega extensions for Debo Samuel and Nick Bosa, who they're going to have to pay.
Big time.
Yeah, so
That guy's a beast.
that throws in a big if about Tom Brady coming there.
Yeah.
I mean, because those guys are they're going to want to get paid, man.
So
and they deserve it.
So does Tom play on a discount?
I mean, he always has, but I
Yeah.
don't know. It says San Francisco is projected to be over the salary cap by about $11 million once they sign enough players to the roster, and that's obviously going to go up. Currently, they're about $4.5 million. Moving Garoppolo, I've told you would save about $20 million, but $9 million in practical cap space, which means real money, right?
Right.
To acquire Brady, the 49ers have to trade for him unless the Buccaneers decide to release him. He's contracted for another season there, and they have zero incentive to release him, especially given the $32.2 million dead cap hit they would take.
Wow.
So
The price of winning, man.
yeah. Now look, we all know that NFL they'll get it done if they want to.
Right.
Like it's just money.
Just money.
You win a Super Bowl,
Yeah.
$32 million's nothing. So that just they've got to sign Debo, they got to sign Nick Bosa, and Tampa Bay taking a $32 million dead cap hit. Ooh, wow. That just man, I don't know about that anymore.
That handicaps one of the other.
It says the only logical way you get this done probably is by waiting until after June 1st. At that point, a trade would save them $12.3 million, but would hit them harder in the following season. It's just, I mean, obviously it's money and NFL can get anything done, but I don't. That's a lot to work out, man. That's a lot of numbers flying at you, dude.
That's a lot of numbers to work out, but also you gotta remember there's football to be played.
Yeah.
And if you're not practicing or getting ready for that, I mean, you don't know who's going to be on your team. That throws off the chemistry, in my opinion. But what do I know?
I mean, it would be interesting. Bruce Arians, 69 years old, and we've all seen and read the reports that Bruce Arians came in and kind of destroyed Byron Leftwich and Tom Brady's game plans.
Right?
Yeah. So it's an interesting theory. I would love to see. I can see Brady in I can see in the back of San Francisco. I can see him in a San Francisco uniform. He's loved the 49ers his whole life. Him retiring there and doing a farewell tour. The NFL would love that.
Yeah.
Every stadium he played in would be. If he's
home.
like, this is my last year. I'm playing for San Francisco. Come to every game.
It'd be a better Cinderella story that way. Because
Yeah.
right now it's more of a Jekyll and Hyde type of ending. And, that last game that we watched, and we all saw it, there was something going on in the field where they just completely shut down. There was communication errors. I don't know if it had to do with Bruce Arians' blow up with Leftwich and Brady, but there was something that just didn't feel right and didn't look right, and it's all starting to make sense. Yeah,
because there's offensive linemen that came out and said that this is actually true. Like,
right.
There was some, and
they're not hiding it now.
And I think this is the Bruce Arians effect, where look, all credit to Tom that first Super Bowl, right? I think Bruce Arians wanted to win one himself because he's not credited for winning that Super Bowl.
No, Tom Brady is.
Tom Brady
yeah.
is, right. So I think Bruce wants to come out there and kind of say, hey, I'm the head coach. Yeah. I did this.
This is my team.
Yeah.
I made the calls. That wasn't Tom Brady, blah, blah, yeah.
So
there's an asterisk by his name now.
And, I mean, Tom did lead the league in passing yards, lead the league in completions, lead the league in attempts, touchdowns. I mean, golly, like, I wouldn't be mad at him if he became a San Francisco 49er. I would not.
No, I would think it'd be cool because he's up for the theatrics and the drama. He's making his own. He's producing his own show that's going on right now. What better thing to add to the ending of his show is to come back and do a little swan song.
I mean, I think it'd be great. It'd be great for the NFL because we're losing a lot of players and a lot of athletes, not just in football, but all over the place that we saw growing up.
Right?
I mean, I listed them all yesterday. I'll try to find them here again. Just some of them that we grew up watching that are no longer playing anymore. That LeBron James, Cristian Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Serena Williams, Usain Bolt, Roger Federer, Floyd Mayweather, Michael Phelps, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Rivers. I mean, dude, the list goes on and on of athletes. Michael Jordan, that are leaving the game.
Yeah.
That all these sports, and it's like even baseball.
Those are some
has a high
big
turnover.
names,
Dude,
man.
Those are talents. What's that? Baseball. Yeah, baseball. Yeah, Jeter's gone. There's, all those massive names. You have to if you're a major team, you have to find replacements for them.
Yeah.
Like, and the NFL has to find replacements, which. The NFL looks to be, the NBA looks to be okay, but the NFL looks to be in great hands.
Right.
I mean, that Kansas City Chiefs game, Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes, dude, give me that every week.
Yeah, all day.
My goodness, dude.
Twice on Sunday.
Yeah, and you've got Justin Herbert. I mean, dude, the NFL looks to be in fantastic hands. Like Kyler Murray, they look great. The NBA, John Morant. There's a few young stars, Luka in the NBA, but and baseball has some great stars too, but they got to get their shit together right now.
Yeah, they big time.
Right now, I don't really want to talk about it.
No. I mean, there has been a change in the guard in the NFL as far as the guys that we watched growing up playing quarterback, which is kind of exciting because now we have a new era of quarterback that's also being introduced into the mix.
Yep.
These guys are no longer just sit in the pocket type of guys. No. They're not necessarily the guys that are going to scramble around the pocket like Michael Vick and things like that. It's a hybrid version of a quarterback. And,
it is. It's not the Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is more of a runner. He's not a hybrid. Pat Mahomes is a hybrid.
Hybrid, right?
Yeah, And did you know Lamar Jackson is a month younger than Joe Burrow?
Really? How's that?
That's wild.
How's that? There's like 2 years.
It is insane. And Lamar Jackson, his injuries, we were talking about him yesterday. I think we've seen the best of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
He's not the most accurate passer, right? And when you run that much, you do get hurt. And that part's terrible, man. And all these young quarterbacks. And speaking of another young quarterback, I'm going to bring it up now, Deshawn Watson. These things look to be moving forward, all right? He is now able to testify for himself in 9 of these cases, right? One of these cases has been settled out of court. And from my understanding, it's the one that there was actual sexual content in the case.
Okay.
So the other ones, it was forced and it wasn't like it didn't actually go through, This one, there was actual, there was something happened, right?
Yeah.
So they settled out of court. But this is pretty interesting, man. This is so it's a female judge and she's pretty young. All right? It's a white female judge married to a black man.
Okay.
And she's pretty young. She's also up for re-election next year.
Oh, yes. All right. Here
this
we go.
is
some gerrymandering.
interesting, right?
Some good old gerrymandering.
Yeah, this is very, very funny. And for those of y'all that don't know anything about criminal stuff like me, I had to look all this stuff up, and I've got a great friend of mine that sent me some stuff, but nothing criminal has been filed because there wasn't enough factual evidence,
right.
And many of the people let the time slip. Many of the plaintiffs let too much time go by. Also, it's a civil
limitations.
Also, it's a civil matter, and you only need 51% of the jury on your side, whereas in criminal you need all of it.
That's right.
And that is interesting. And the whole judge thing with her being young and being a white female judge married to a black man, and they are both young and prominent, and she's up for re-election.
That's a big one right there.
And you've got two
This is gonna get
of the
saucy.
highest profile attorneys in Texas on this case. I mean, this is going to be fun. This is
gonna,
and I hate to say that. Like, right, as far as content-wise, it'll be fun. None of this is fun for any of the people involved in this.
Right.
This person has sent me over every single file from everything. Like, I've read, I spent half the day today reading all of these complaints, man, and some of them, especially two of them, are gruesome.
Wow.
Like, if half of it's true, Deshawn's a POS, man. Like, I mean, and all of them read about the same except for a few of them, and then a couple of them are I mean, it's bad, and this is going to be really bad for Deshawn Watson. I don't know how else to put this. I don't know how he's going to get past this. I don't. And especially with the way these things read, man. It is gruesome.
And, whether the allegations are true or false, it's always going to be a stain on him either way. It doesn't matter because you're putting yourself in that position as a quarterback in the NFL, starting quarterback in the NFL. It doesn't matter. He might be innocent. He might be guilty. I don't know. It remains to be seen. But the fact of the matter is that those allegations are going to stick with him, whether he settles or whether he's found guilty or not guilty. Well, if he's found guilty, obviously, but not guilty. So it's sad for a guy like him to go through that early in his career. But it's also tough for other women out there that are going through even harder situations if this thing doesn't play out right.
Yeah, and look, we all know in sports, winning cures everything. If Deshaun Watson settles these cases, gets out of some of them, I don't know, however it ends up in the playoffs the following year and then in the Super Bowl the next year, you won't even know this.
Everybody forgets about it.
You won't even, and that's sad. It really is.
Right.
So hopefully the women get compensated for this, because like I said, man, this is all public information too. You can go look this up. You got to read what some of these these women say, and they're all almost identical. And then apparently he got, you got to read his comments at the end of these, like his defense in his deposition, so where he kind of got a little smarter towards the end of it, where he started having them sign NSAs or NDAs,
non-disclosure.
Yeah, and so he started getting a little smarter, because he got wiser.
He knew he
like, so he was messing up.
I might have been dancing the line.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting case, and we're gonna stay on it through this offseason.
Let's not forget that happened during COVID when people's livelihoods were shooken up.
Yep.
And I'm not saying people took advantage of a situation, but that's what I'm saying. And now for everybody to have the same stories that corroborated with the same stories, I don't know. That raises a flag for me when they're all sounding the same.
Well, yeah,
now,
I mean, again, you got to read through them all, and they all some of them he he went and met in a hotel, some of them he met at his house, and then some of them the NDAs. And
have you seen some of these girls' Instagrams? Have y'all seen some of these?
Well,
come on.
On some of them,
let's be for real.
They said that they started getting calls. Like some of these girls started getting calls from other NFL players, and that's interesting. Like, Watson was giving them out their numbers, saying, "Hey, call this girl." Yeah. It's going to be a wild ride for Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans, and for his whole career, really. I got to think that if this goes bad for him, his career's over. I think it's over.
I mean,
and it doesn't look good for him right now. It really doesn't. Unless he needs a guaranteed contract, and he needs to pay them whatever they want to get paid and move on.
Hindsight 2020, if you're a Deshaun Watson a year ago, would you have just settled?
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably. But the NFL, because there's no criminal cases, the NFL wasn't. They didn't step in. They didn't suspend him.
Right.
It was the deal with the Houston Texans.
Right.
Deshaun Watson was like, I'm not playing. Like, that's separate. Deshaun Watson chose not to play for the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
That was it. He said, I'm sitting out the season.
Right.
And that had nothing to do with the criminal cases. Those popped up later.
Right.
So the NFL didn't suspend Deshaun Watson. No. He was able to play.
Right. He could have come back.
Yeah. But the Texans held him out, and he held out. So they can trade him, but the Texans will not move down in what they want for him.
Yeah.
And
I shouldn't.
Well, I mean,
as long as he's still available, then
Eventually, they're going to have to do something
Yeah,
because you don't want to end up with him
But they're
being ex-nayed from the NFL and you got nothing.
nothing.
Oh, dude.
No, that's
Golly, that would be the Texans move, right?
it's the
Just-
catch-22
Yeah,
right now.
man,
I mean,
that would-
what a freaking juxtaposed position
Yeah.
for everybody involved on that.
Well, I've
God.
got some late breaking news right now,
Uh-oh.
and nobody wants to hear this, man. This is terrible.
Uh-oh.
Major League Baseball just got out of their meetings for 3 straight days. Says the season will be shortened if there's no labor deal done by Monday.
What?
Wow. That is brutal.
What, shortened how long?
Well, I mean, it's not going to be 162, and
Right.
I hate that. Like, it doesn't matter. Once you dive into that, I hate it.
Right.
Like, what's it going to be, 150? No, dude, they're going to cut it in half or something. I don't want that.
It's going to feel like that shortened season with COVID. It was just like they had to. No.
This is terrible, terrible news because I thought for sure they'd have a deal done by this week, but they say if no deal's done by Monday, there will be no 162 game season, man.
God, get it together,
And
guys.
you're gonna lose a lot of fans, man.
Yep. Yeah, you are.
Because of remember all those contracts they released right before? I've got them pulled up in here. Right before this all went down, like there was, I mean, billions and billions of dollars in contracts that were
Jeez.
that were all these people were signed. All right, Corey Seager, 10 years, $325 million. Marcus Semien, 7 years, $175 million. Javi Baez, $140 in 6 years. Max Scherzer, 3 years, $130 million. Robbie Ray, 5 for $115, and Kevin Guzman, 5 for $110.
God almighty.
That was right before this.
Right, yeah. They were cashing in while they could because that ain't going to happen this go
Well,
around.
it says right here that the players will not
Not-
be paid if they can't come to an agreement.
Ooh.
And, man, look.
Hey, the billionaires are always going to win out. I mean, I don't know why they're
Y'all need to play some
yeah.
baseball.
Y'all need to
dude.
get in there and play baseball. Do what y'all are paid to do. Y'all are pros. We pay y'all. We pay y'all salaries. We go to those games, and you guys owe it to us. We don't owe it to
And
you.
I know they feel like they're doing us a favor, but they're
Nah,
not.
not doing us any favors.
Dude, you're not. It's not that much
Man, we're
money.
all
You're not
going through
changing
some-
lives.
Man.
What you're doing by not agreeing, or y'all coming to an agreement. How many people work for these stadiums?
Right.
That won't
Livelihood.
have a job.
Right.
None of them.
And it's
Yeah,
already hard.
Jason
It's
works
already hard enough
works for
as
the
it is
Astros
right now. That's right.
Yeah, I mean,
But
look,
There's a trickle-down effect that affects so many things. But, the fact of the matter is that baseball players, you guys get to play baseball to make money.
Yeah, man.
Because, yes, y'all are the greatest at your sport. But if it weren't for the fans getting in the stands, then you guys have nothing.
Yep.
So the owners are still going to be billionaires.
Yeah, they've
Right?
got other businesses.
They don't give a crap if
Dude,
you don't play.
Those owners that bought baseball teams, football, that's toy money.
Right.
They bought that because they had so much money. They're like, I'll buy a franchise.
Yeah.
They've got other businesses, trust me.
Right.
And this is just obnoxious that you guys can't, because I've read up on this. This is not a lot that they're arguing over. It's not. And it's about some drafting some players. And look, man, I don't care if you stick to the same agreement for the next 2 years. Just play some baseball.
Play
man.
some baseball.
Now, if they don't get a deal done by Monday, it just broke. We will not have a
So-
162-game season, and I'm sorry, that is uncalled for.
Yeah, it is.
That's uncalled for,
Yeah.
man. Like, I mean, y'all have got to figure this out. Y'all aren't talking about billions and billions of dollars.
No.
You're just talking about, I mean, they're talking about players.
Little
like,
things.
dude, it's pathetic, man. And when you read this, because I know how it reads, and I know how the general public is going to read this, if they suspend the season, and they're not going to be happy, man.
Right.
Not going to
Not
be happy at all. And none of this, with all this money flying around, you guys should figure this out, man. Like, you shouldn't have suspended seasons like this, man. This is ridiculous.
Man, the fans are already getting hurt right now with what's going on with our economic situations. This is not a good look for baseball. Baseball needs us. We need baseball during times like this.
Like, listen to
So-
this. MLB upped its proposed minimum for this year, which proposed minimum salary $640,000, with the rising figure by $10,000 each additional season on a 5-year agreement. Right?
Okay.
The players have asked for $775,000. So you're literally talking about
100 G's.
maybe $100,000.
Yeah. I mean
And now you're going to stop the season? Like, and that's just one of these little bitty arguments, man. And
after taxes, that's only like
Dude,
40
yeah,
grand,
man.
and you pay your agent and all that. Come on, guys.
this is, man.
I don't feel sorry for y'all. Sure
No,
they don't.
and like I said, man, when people read this and they get a hold, because this just came out like 10, 20 minutes ago. But if they don't have the season and they don't have this figured out by Monday and it comes out and they read why they don't, there's going to be some pissed off fans, man, because there's no reason for this.
No.
Like, no reason for this at all, man. That just that burns me up, dude. Like, that is unbelievable.
It won't be good. You know,
come on, Tiger Woods.
Yeah. Tiger, make them make a decision.
Yeah. Look, man, you're listening to Sports with Balls. We only got a few minutes left. I'm Jeff Michael. This is Mike Scarborough. Been in a highly entertaining show today, man. Aaron Rodgers talked about his cleanse, which was really awkward. Nobody watched the winter. Nobody watched the Winter Olympics. Like, nobody.
Hey, I saw a guy lick ice.
You saw a guy lick the ice in the closing. As soon as I get out of here, I'm going to Google that. Like, that is for sure.
If I can find it, I'll send it. But I do have a witness, by the way. I have a witness.
Okay, check this out. I got a crazy stat for you. I like to bring these out at the end of the show. How much each NFL team last sold for? This is insanity. Green Bay, obviously nothing. The guys, if you live in the city, you own a piece of the team, right?
Right.
Chicago Bears last sold for $100.
It's been under the same owner. Bought it at $100.
Long time
20 years ago.
Yeah. The Giants $500, Steelers $2,500, Kansas City Chiefs $25,000. Then it goes up and up and up. Obviously, the most impressive, the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones bought them for $150 million, man.
God, that's what I've got in the
and
80s,
they're worth over $4 billion.
Ooh.
Wow. Holy crap, man.
And
you compare that to the Carolina Panthers, who were just bought for $2.28 billion.
Jeez.
So times have changed, like these billionaires. So there's only 4 teams on here that are bought for billions. Cleveland Browns, $1.5 billion. Miami Dolphins, 1.1. Buffalo Bills, 1.4. And then the Carolina Panthers at $2.28 billion. Jerry Jones has to be laughing all the way to the bank, man. This is unbelievable, man.
Yeah, and I can't comment on Cowboys because I know there's a lot of Cowboy lovers out there, but
did you see that what I posted yesterday?
Yeah. two.
Yeah, it was two
playoff wins.
Yeah, they've had 2 playoff wins in 22 years. Way to go!
The fact that the Texans have more.
Yep.
Let's not go there. Right?
Top 25. Let's see. Offensive free agents, real quick. Top 10: Devontae Adams, Teron Armstead, Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson, Mike Williams, Michael Gallup, OBJ. Who I was going to bring this up a little bit ago. OBJ has really turned from victim to like hero. Crazy, like right? That.
Well, he knew what he wanted.
Winning cures everything, bro.
Except for his Achilles.
No, his knee.
ACL.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I was talking about with the Deshawn Watson thing. You don't even remember what Odell was doing.
No.
Nothing. Zero.
He's got his ring now.
Now there's posts about him having a new baby, and it's just, oh my God, Odell's like the godsend of the NFL. Like,
his whole life has changed.
Yeah, it's crazy. No talk about his dad sending 20-minute YouTube videos and talking about Baker Mayfield and teammates. No New York Giants pictures with him in Miami, Florida. They didn't win. Him talking trash about Eli. Nothing. Odell Beckham Jr. is awesome.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I have to give it to him. All right, because he did follow the money. Yeah. He went where the money was at. He got paid. He got what he needed. And then he was like, you know what? This ain't working out for me. I'm going to go win now. So he was able to get to a winning team.
He made a smart move. He won a Super Bowl.
He got paid and he got a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
All right. New model for you.
Man, what a show, dude. What a show. I cannot wait to go back and listen to this and watch you do your little your dance, your ice skating dance. Man, that was fantastic, man.
Wait till you see it.
That's unreal. I can't wait to Google that, man. All y'all out there, thank y'all for your comments and watching the show, man. We thoroughly enjoy it. We will be back Friday at 6 p.m. Cannot wait for that show. Obviously, we'll have some more news for you, and I'll try to get you some more Deshaun Watson news if I can. But, man, thank you for paying attention to Sports with Balls, y'all. We'll be back on Friday.
Sports with Balls. Big Cole over there. Look at Cole.
Also, we got to thank a couple people before we get out of here. Construction Concepts, who, by the way, will have a tent. They're sponsoring a tent at the rodeo.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Saturday. I think, to theirs. I'm going to Cotton's on Saturday. Cotton's,
man, Cotton's
and Construction Cons. Yeah, Cotton's gonna be good. That's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big.
I forget they got some huge star there tonight or tomorrow night. For Thursday opening. So Construction Concepts, changing corporate culture one design at a time, from hospitality, corporate, luxury, retail, and medical facilities. Their team of experts can update or create a space that exceeds your expectations. Give them a call. 713-589-2682. That's buildithouston.com. Also, Roy Stanton. Roy, we got to go play golf soon, buddy. Soon. Give me a wristband, Kevin. We'll see, Kevin. We'll see. Man, but those things, people are flipping out about the wristbands right now.
Well,
dude.
there's because now there's not an infinite amount from what I understand.
Oh,
they're limiting the amount of wristbands per whatever. I don't know.
I used to just go up there and I would, you pay to get in, right? And then you
call
text
your friend.
You text them when they're in the tent. Hey, give me a band. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
then you go get your band. I mean, for those of y'all that don't have wristbands, go do it. That's what everybody's been doing for years and years.
Us dudes have to hustle, man.
Yeah.
The girls are like, just come on in.
Daisy Dukes, boots, crop top,
boobs.
I ain't even worried about it.
Boobs.
Yeah. What am I gonna do?
I might just avoid the whole thing. I mean, the parking, the walking, the getting wet.
Dude, the parking. And Jason and I were just talking about that prior to, man. That and Uber rides are going to be through the roof.
Ridiculous, yeah.
I tell you what, man. I'm not doing anything Thursday. Friday night I got the show. For $50, I'll take you and drop you off. If I do that for 4 people, I make $200. Yeah, your little drunk asses aren't getting in the back of my truck, though. I'll tell you that afterwards. You're going to be throwing up. Yeah, y'all are going in a third row seat. Third row seats. But yeah, man, Roy Stanton for hybrid technology. When it comes to reliability, they're the ones you need. Cloud services, phones, cable services, anything you need like that, Roy has got you covered. Call him 832-336-1201. Freddie Rodriguez, no, thank you. You've been to one cook-off. You've been to them all. I agree. I really do agree. But I have a semi-date on one of these Saturday, I think.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
That's why I might be. I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
We will see. Have you ever taken a date to the cook-off, though? That doesn't
That's
seem.
the last place I'm taking a date, dude.
I don't know if that seems
But
legit,
on a Saturday,
dude.
you're good because everybody is so just completely exhausted
I
by
don't know,
Saturday.
man.
They're not trying to hook up with your
I don't
girl
know,
behind your
dude.
back.
How many Tinder, Bumble, Hinge dates are meeting at the rodeo? How many are those going to be, dude? Like, wow.
I'm at this tent. You'll never catch him.
Oh, my gosh. I can't wait. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. It's 7 o'clock, man. I'm Jeff Michael. This is Mike Scarborough. We'll see y'all on Friday, y'all. The Sports with Balls. We're out of here.